Irish flute player.
And a long-time
A
friend.
long-time friend. Known Alan for, gosh, getting on, I bet it's 30 years.
30 years,
30
probably.
years. Can you imagine? Where does time go? But, Alan, this is one of these tunes that came, one of the carp camp things, and mentioned it to Alan. He goes, oh yeah, this is a great tune, and so we thought it'd be nice to play it together.
Also called the Humors of Trim, isn't it?
Not to the best of my knowledge. I know that there's another tune that has
Yeah.
the same title though, but
Yeah.
my suspicion
Yeah.
about this whole arrangement is that flute is one of 3 instruments that Kathy doesn't know how to play. So
Yeah, I guess she
I
tried.
got to
want
sneak
to, though.
in, yes. I think the other ones are.
You guys been waiting 30 years for him to do it.
Hurdy-gurdy maybe.
That's
Double
If I had
belly.
one of those,
Yeah.
I'd learn to play that.
Double bell euphonium, that's not been one of yours. So let me just see if I can get anything out of this.
So this is a, let's deal with it. This is called a double jig. It's a double jig. But we're gonna play it, I think we're gonna try to play it slower, but well, maybe not, I guess not.
I'll follow you.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
You're the leader of the band.
It's a lovely little tune. It's pretty mesmerizing, and there's lots of different ways to back this up with chords. So I like to experiment. Are you ready?
Hey, look. We're tuning here. This has been sitting cold for a while.
tune. It's fun.
Okay.
Mississippi Duke.
All right, so we'll go from
Thank you, Alan.
the flute to a lesser instrument. Takes fewer fingers to play.
To a song from the late, great John Hartford, who's written some wonderful river songs, and this is one called Skippin' on the Mississippi Dew.
All right. And I shall play the tune with Kathy on the banjo, and I shall play some jaw harps here. These are all D jaw harps. These black ones are Black Fires. Great, yeah, that's an Austrian, made in Austria. And then this low
This
one.
one is great.
You can get these tuned to the whole scale. A set might cost you $400. But I call this place, it's mouthmusic.org. I just couldn't resist him. He plays them for you over the phone, and so I said, yeah, send me one of those. And then this one's a Schluter. They're made of different metal, so it has this nice different tone. So I'll try to switch here. Hartford, I never heard Hartford play the jaw harp.
Can we hear a scale?
Huh?
Can we hear a scale?
Well, yeah, there are overtones, you know, so you have to almost imagine them. Okay? So you're using your tongue to emphasize the overtones. And then if you breathe in and out, which you kind of have to do, you can get some rhythm that way. So they're
No, I
they're
meant
nice.
like a scale, like change the harp.
Oh no, no. Now sometimes people play two different harps to get, you know, like a fifth or something. But usually, there's a guy in Austria. I don't remember his name, but he wrote a concerto for jaw harp and orchestra and some kind of guitar-like instrument. I heard it many years ago when we were really married. Hartford ever play for you, Bob?
No, I don't think so.
Amazing. Well, there you go. So he can't. I don't think I ever heard him play jaw harp, but he did a lot of different mouth music sounds. So.
I'll try to approximate some of that.
And he had so this is a steamboating song called "Skipping on the Mississippi Dew." Kind of this imagery is from working on the river on a steamboat or on a towboat. Okay, here we go. Dream about a girl in a side-wheel steamboat, pilot house stove and engine room brass, hanging on a post by the main deck stairway, long hair skipping in the Mississippi Dew. Well, the river run wide, run deep, run muddy, the river run long after I am gone. Steamboat wheel around a big wide bend, skipping in the Mississippi Dew. Sunday, 12 feet of water on the Memphis gauge. Wouldn't be home without the muddy water rolling. Paddle wheel skipping up the Mississippi Dew. Oh, the river run wide, run deep, run muddy. The river run long after I am gone. Steamboat wheel around a big wide bend, skipping up the Mississippi Dew. Come spring, I'd work on the river, 39 days on a valley line boat. Make a little money, get a springtime chickie, take off skipping on the Mississippi Dew. Oh, long after I am gone. Steamboat wheel around a big wide bend, skipping to the Mississippi. Right. Thank you. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. We'll do 3 tunes here. I'm gonna get back to the hammer doll, so we're banging away on some tunes. These are, let's see, the first one's called the Silver Spire. Silver Spire. There's a silver spear, but this is a silver spire. Another friend of ours has written a tune. He's written a tune called the Silver Spork.
They have.
This is also this is also called Bennett's Reel, and then there's another tune called Ravelin Reel, and then the other tune, another one from Rodney Miller called Cloud 9. Very nice tune. Fun tunes to play again. Some more dance tunes. Keeps us out there playing for the dancers. See, Silver Spire sounds a lot like.
Whiskey Before Breakfast, a little bit, especially in the second part, if you know that too. They go together real nice.
We have a song called Easter. It's actually a poem, fitting for this day, I suppose, if it actually dawned on you. When did it dawn on you? That actually reminds me of a Steve Martin special. I remember many years ago on TV, one of his first special, and he came out and said, "I just found out that tomorrow is Thanksgiving," and so it was really great. But anyway, so today is Easter. There's a poem that was written by
the poet laureate from Nebraska, who was the guy that gave us The Twilight of the Sioux and Black Elk Speaks. He spent a lot of time with some of the Plains tribes. And what I like about this particular poem that's been set to music is it combines some of the Christian beliefs along with Native American beliefs, and really lovely imagery, I think, in this.
poet was John Neihart, and he about 100 years or so ago, he was asked to write a poem for Easter for the newspaper, I think in Lincoln. And he was at work on at his big, huge, epic poem of the West, The Cycle of the West. Long, huge, epic poem about Western history. It's amazing. And he was doing the Indian Wars, and he could not be bothered with doing a poem for the newspaper, even though they had offered him $50, which in 1908 was, a good chunk of money. And then that night he had a dream, and he dreamed. He was open to getting poems from dreams, but he wasn't always, sold by them. But he had a dream. He was in a room with many poets. And he said they were good poets because he knew what good poetry sounded like, and because he had, studied all the great books. And but he said they kept interrupting each other with their poems, and he couldn't get anything out of that. And the next day, he told his wife about that, and she said, "Well, couldn't you put some of those pieces together and get a poem out of that and send it to the newspaper?" And he said, "No, I didn't really want to do that." And then when he tried to continue writing in his poetry of the Indian Wars, he couldn't do it. He just couldn't concentrate. And those pieces of that poem kept coming out, and so he finally put them together into this poem called Easter.
And when we recorded this, Dave played the didgeridoo. To imagine that sound here, which seemed fitting with this song. There you go.
I think
That's
that'd be
perfect.
nice.
That'd be good. Keep doing that
There is
for a long time.
there's a couple of references in here. A sward is an old word for grassy patch. There's also a reference to the New Testament. I know there aren't any New Testament scholars here, because if there were, you'd be in church. You wouldn't be here on this Easter Sunday when you had a coffee house. But the apostles James and John were the sons of thunder. Jesus called them the sons of thunder. So that is a nice reference in this.
It was great. We did this song last night for the Living Tradition in Anaheim. And we talk at one point about the broken gorgeous boom. And right at that time, the Disneyland fireworks were going off.
Really? So in our part of the world, the Missouri River used to, I guess still does in some parts. I've never heard this, but if it freezes over in the winter, in the spring, when the ice would break, you could hear this cracking sound through the Missouri Valley. Like I said, I've never heard that. And the river doesn't freeze over very much anymore. That's that reference.
And now we would like to have another special guest, that we had a great time
Great.
last night.
Yes, that Aiden last night opened